Peaceful greetings. Namaste. Habaragani. What's up, y'all? It's me. I am here, Queen, Mother Goddess. Opulence, Ra, into hot. For many reasons, I'm hot. It's a time to be hot, too. And the walls came tumbling down. Now, what we gonna build with the remains in the rubble? One man's trash is another man's treasure. Being a creatress, conscious creatress, some of the time, and aspirant of that on every moment of my expression of me in this body temple that I refer to in this moment as opulence, as I welcome you into the Goddess Temple Palace. I got all my sisters with me, my daughters, my teachers, my guides. Can you see them? Can you feel them? And I am here to help you awaken that aspect of you in so many ways. But I was called here today, first and foremost, to talk about 2020, the year, the long, long year that we are in now. And the revelation that this is a time of elevation. Every moment has granted us the opportunity to transcend the BS, the mundane, and that's real. But this 2020 is about taking leaps and bounds from where we have been to where we want to go. I'm seeing, I don't know if some of you remember, but you can look it up, about playing, I'm saying hopscotch, and maybe that's it. We would draw on the ground some blocks and put numbers in them, and then we would get on sometimes 1 foot, sometimes 2 feet, and we would go 1 square. Sometimes we jump, take a giant leap, and all these games that are coming up, which is part of what life is. It's a game. Mama didn't tell you that, but this mother's telling you that. As I am being made aware, this is a game. Learn how to play by the rules of the spirit. That's the only way you can win. You have to open up your intuition. More and more. I told you I was hot. Trying to get on this live. Ooh. Even though I knew I would make it. I'm cooling down now, but hot about what's going on. I'm inspired by the flames of the fire that burns within, that is ignited within, and it brings me to Sekhmet. Yeah, check her out. Pele. Yes, the volcano goddess. And Kali. I wish I had my sword nearby. It might be nearby, but I don't want to break the flow here. 2020. We're in it to win it. This is our time. Don't miss the bus, because there may not be another one coming for a long time. Our ancestors and our destiny is to rise now. We know what it is like to be trampled on, to be stepped on, to be disrespected over a $20 bill that anybody could have in their possession and not know that it's not real. The counterfeiters, that's what they do. They make fake money to look real, and then they put it into the system to get the benefit of their craft. And many times people are unaware that they are carrying counterfeit money. They're also carrying counterfeit thoughts that have been injected into them the same way that $20 bill, not just that one, hundreds, thousands, millions of $20 bills are in circulation. That's why you can go and buy a machine if you sell or if you don't sell. That will let you know whether you have a $20 bill that is counterfeit or any bill. And the brother, they say, had a counterfeit $20 bill in his possession. Not a bunch of them, one. And it cost him his life. I wonder what he went in there to buy. I'm just curious at the moment. But 2020, you gotta have at least 20/20 vision. At least. But the vision of your first eye. Your first eye. Call it your third eye if you want. Call it whatever eye you want to call it. But that inner vision, Stevie Wonder, who can see. Who can see beyond most of the things that we, who just, take myself out of that equation, just use those two eyes, have limited our focus, our deeper focus on the first eye. A $20 bill in 2020 is causing us to look beyond what has been right in front of our eyes for a long time. The beat still goes on, the beat down still goes on. But this too shall pass. Hold the vision. Hold the vision of you, your person, your body temple dwelling in an environment where you don't have to lock your doors. Imagine that. Just imagine. They sound crazy. But there was a time. In some places, it still happens. imagine going outside, which I can do on some level, and picking the fruit from the tree. I got blackberries that Mother Nature has granted me. I didn't plant ne'er one. They grow. They grow here, there, and so many places. They feed me and the birds. The blessing from the mother. Oh, here it comes. I said this before, but it's coming back again. I was talking about the goddess Ma'at, the goddess of justice, the scales of justice. And I forgot to include this, so here it comes. Or maybe I did, but I'm including it again. That when Brother George, King George, called his mother, I don't think he was just calling his mother. I think he transcended his mother to the mothers of the earth. What I think I know. Because the mothers have come forward to stand together in solidarity of hearing the voice of a wounded child, no matter how old, somebody's child, and touch their heart and their spirit. We're in a time of the awakening of the goddess within, the womb being and that call went out to all of us to honor thy mother. Honor thy mother. Like I was saying, Mother Earth granted me those blueberries. And then, so I share this with you for your imagining, for your visions. Didn't plant one of them. And the one I did plant didn't grow. There are, what are they? There are, I can see them. I can't recall what they are, but I'll go to something else. Mescadine vines that have chosen to appear, saying this is the kind of land that we want to live on, and we'll give you mescadine, which is a delicious fruit. I did plant some mescadine vines. They can't compare with what has grown through the blessings of Mother Nature. 2020 vision. How is your vision for the future? Do you see a place where your children can laugh? Somewhere it exists already on the planet. Somewhere it has already existed. Do you remember, what are they, dates? Oh, I can't think of what they are. I see them so plainly, and they're abundant around here. As a child, how free you felt. How carefree you felt when you would go out and play. That's here for you now. To be as a child, to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Oh, I asked you what you're going to do with as the walls are tumbling down, with the remains of the walls. Let's say, for an example, I'm thinking of the wall and I'm thinking of that guy now who wants to build the wall. That wall's gonna come tumbling down too, the little bit he built. But the wall is injustice and prejudice and ignorance and lack and poverty. What are you going to take and do with those pieces? How are you going to transmute that energy that was into something that will be, or that is now, coming forth through the blessings of the mother, the birth portal? I know it can be challenging to hold a positive vision of tomorrow. But if you don't, it will affect your future. Because you are responsible for what you create. Just like in my gardens. Ooh, Mother Nature been teaching me. There are some creations that just don't belong there. I'm not clear on how exactly I'm supposed to get rid of them beside killing them. Okay? Because sometimes you have to send, and I'm going to use that as your thoughts. You have to send them to another realm. I've had some, and I let them in. I've had some creations that came in 5-6 years ago. I noticed them. I don't know how much longer they had been around, but I noticed them, and I thought, oh, how beautiful they are. They look like grasshoppers, shaped like that, so that should have been an indication. And then they were black. When I saw them, they were pretty full grown when I first saw them. And with different markings on them. One was red and one was yellow. One was male, one was female. And I let them stay. Well, they said thank you. Just like a thought of fear, a thought of worry, a thought of hate. Well, 5 years later, I'd get up in the morning, but now I'm, using that intuition more. I'm spending more time during this so-called you're in the house, you're on punishment time, to spend more time in appreciation of what I have been blessed with. I would go out early in the morning, and I began to be shown, using my first eye and my two eyes and my spirit, where they would be hanging out. I had come to know that they began to appear around maybe April. Little babies. When I saw them the first time, they were like big like that. I sent a whole bunch of them, I'm going to say about 1,000 of them at different times, off into another realm. Like they became compost, and because they gone. There's probably still a few out there, but I haven't finished my you got to get out of here, because they devour my crop. And my crop is my spirit. As I'm telling you this story, my crop are my vegetables and my whatever I want to grow. They want to eat it. That's what they live off of. And that's where you come to your working on yourself to get rid of that unnecessary stuff that's in your garden. And your garden is your life, reflection of your life. You got to keep your house in order, especially now. We're in a time of elevation. $20 bill. Cause someone to ascend to be a leader of a movement. Don't count on having a fit, counterfeit, of rage and anger. It will do you no good. Count on having peace and tranquility. It's available. Yeah, I saw Master George with some of the teachers who went before him in the other realms the other day. And it brought to mind peace and tranquility of someone like a Mandela, who he spent a long time locked up. Kind of like us. They locked us up. What are you doing with your time? How are you spending this time? How are you going to come out of this? In bliss or pissed? It's your choice. Yes, they cannot. No one can control your spirit unless you let them. Well, I'm gonna stop now, for now, but I shall return. I did want to tell you about a gathering I'm having on the eclipse. Okay, I'll have one on the eclipse, on the solstice. It's coming up next Saturday. You can inbox me for information. I'm still putting the pieces together. And bear with me, please, because sometimes I run into challenges in terms of putting all these pieces together in this environment. But it will be. I claim it. And it will be about 4 o'clock Central Time next Saturday. I can be found here at Creations of Opulence, Facebook. I can be found on Instagram, Goddess Temple Palace. And for my solstice experience, I'm calling for the tribe of opulence. Limitlessness. And YouTube, Goddess Temple Palace. I told you I was a creatress. I wanted to share some of my creations with you. My earrings, my necklaces. I hope you can see them. And these pieces here are from Mother Africa. Honor the Mother. And this piece is made from precious metal clay. That is, it was clay and it turned into pure silver. Magic. I am an alchemist. And I can help you change your woes into laughter. But you got to be ready. You have to be willing. I'll just turn the key for you and show you the way. Oh, yes. Oh, there was something else I wanted to show you, too. I told you I was out in the landscape, and it's an escape. And I have, during this so-called you're on punishment time, I had not been working with my metal. Just coming back to my jewelry. And I was walking down the path, not that long ago, to the mailbox. And I saw this piece of wood. I like to collect unique pieces of wood. Now, this was absolutely free. A gift to me. And I had this piece as well. Some master carver carved it along with the master carver that created this. That's Mother Nature. And I knew right then they belong together. Now I'm going to embellish this. And maybe this piece will be for you. It's a staff. It's a healing tool. It will be for someone's who it belongs to. Okay. I'm sweating. I'm hot. The fires of Sekhmet. Pele are awakened within me. And if I can find my tool that helps me to see 2020, I'm going to bow out gracefully. Thank y'all for coming. It's been an honor and a pleasure to speak with you. Namaste.